It's Evelyn here and welcome to Evelyn Colors. In today's video, I am doing a flip through of the Dogwoods Stay at a Cabin illustrated by Melissa Wingo. This is a coloring book that I saw on TikTok. Somebody was, of course, coloring in one of these books from Melissa Wingo using markers, I believe. And she actually has a few other books in this collection. I just decided to get this one. There's a garden one, I think, and a Valentine one, and I think another one. I chose this one so that I can get into Melissa Wingo's art. This is the cover, and as you can see, the cover has a little shininess to it because you see the light is reflecting off of it. So it has a little shiny, smooth cover going on here, and you can see the color scheme here with the dogwoods. Let's take a look inside of this book. This is the This Book Belongs To page. I think this is so cute. Mrs. Dogwood is sitting in a chair and she's reading. How cool is that? I love to read, and that is right up my alley to see an illustration like this. On the next page is the publication information. It says that it is 2024 published by Melissa Wingo, all rights reserved, including the right of reproduction in whole or in part, in any form, drawn and designed in sunny California. First page is, I would say, like a cover page, and it has the Dogwoods packing up the car so they can get ready to go to the cabin. Next page, looks like they're all ready to go. These are, I think, bunny rabbits, by the way. Now this page I really like because Melissa gives coloring tips, and she also shares a coloring guide for this book, telling us what to color and how to color it. And what I mean by how, for example, she has how tan, okay? What we color with the tan is bunnies, walls, floors, beds, and chairs. Green, we color trees, clothes, curtains, and the car. So I like this because it gives us an idea of what to color each element that's in this book. Very helpful. Now her coloring tips, she says if you're using markers, there is an extra page provided to prevent bleed through, but you might need to add another page if there is still ink coming through. Use the color guide on the back of the book for color suggestions, and then fill in below with your color so that you know what you're using, which I think this is cool because when I first got this book, I didn't know that this color guide was in here, and I was wondering, how in the world am I going to color these animals? And so this is very helpful. She says colored pencils and crayons work great. And then she says use 5 to 8 colors in each page to keep it simple. Very helpful tips. Now let's flip through and see what Melissa has in this book. So the first page is Mrs. Wingo packing up their clothes, loading up the suitcase here. What I like about this book too, she has on the left-hand side what's going on over here. And here it says, Hazel and George Dogwood are taking a trip to the mountains. Hazel is energetically packing up her bag. So that's what she's doing. And I like the illustration. It's so simple and to the point and just easy to color, you know. You can be as complex as you want as far as blending and shading, and you can be as simple as you want. You don't have to feel any pressure while you're coloring. This is the first page, and then as I flip the page, there is another page here, and it says a blank page to prevent marker bleed through. So that's cool that she has this page here, but of course I will put another page here so that it doesn't bleed through. Even if it bleeds through, you're only going to bleed through on the storyline of what she's saying here about the next illustration, which is okay, you know. If you don't mind getting this all messed up, I kind of do. So I would put something behind here, especially if I'm using markers. Okay. All right. So it's cool that she does have a blank page behind each illustration to prevent, because this paper is Amazon paper, but it's not too thin, but it's not thick either. So keep that in mind. Now let's get on with the flip through here. Okay. I don't know if you like for me to talk or what, but I'm going to try to talk as much as possible, and then I'll just start flipping through. It says, George eagerly places a suitcase in the car because he is looking forward to the weekend away in the woods. Another blank page here. And they're going on their trip in the car, going on up in the woods. I like illustrations like this because sometimes I'd like to keep it simple. I just want to color something that I don't have to worry about colors with. You know, sometimes for me, I get a little bit stressed trying to pick colors for something. It can be overwhelming, especially if you have a page that has a whole lot of elements. So sometimes I do like to color simple things. So they're on their way to the woods. They're in the car here. And it looks like they're listening to some music because there are some musical notes, which I think is so cool. Really, really cool. They're at a coffee shop or bakery here. I guess they're stopping to get some snacks, latte, mocha, coffee, tea. Now, I have not flipped through this book. So a lot of these pages that I'm seeing, they are new to me because I have not seen them. So you're getting my raw thoughts about each page that I see. Really, really cute. They're back in the car. Now they're at the cabin, pulling into the driveway. If you like simple illustrations like this, I'm sure you would like this one because I like it. They are getting the bags out of the car to take them into the cabin. The cabin looks cool. You have your stove and your sink here. Little, I guess, a wood heater stove. It's pretty cool. The bed this reminds me of the Little House on the Prairie. So you go up the ladder to get to the bedroom here. Okay, he's making a fire with the heater. He has some paper down here, some matches. And now they're sitting by the wood stove, the wood heater stove. She has the blanket, and he's drinking, I want to say maybe a cup of coffee or tea. Pretty cool. Now they're outside. They're going to take a walk to town, which is, look how they're holding hands. Isn't that so cute? That is so adorable. Now they are at the shop and they are getting them a hot cup of coffee. This looks like some books, maybe like a bookstore, bookshop here. But it looks like they're sitting outside. Now they're at the market. You see the carrots, the pears, the plums. Okay, potatoes. Cute. They're walking back to town and they're watching the leaves fall, so we know it's in the fall. Here. They're admiring the pine trees. That's what she says over here on the left side. Very simple. You can make it however you want it to be. They meet some locals named Hugo and chat with him. Now it's fall, right? And Hugo has on what looks to be shorts. I hope that, it's not too cold. Maybe he's at home, kind of outside on the sidewalk or something. And that's why he's not dressed in warm clothing maybe. And they see bike riding squirrels. So some squirrels are riding a bike. How cool is that? As they pass by, they walk to the lake. Once they get to the lake, they enjoy the stillness, and that's what she's singing there. So Mr. and Mrs. Dogwood, they're sitting on the park bench or the lake bench or whatever, and they're just chilling and enjoying the quietness. These illustrations are very peaceful and calming because as I flip the page, I start feeling really calm. Although I'm a little nervous filming this video, when I see the illustrations, I get calm, especially the one I just showed you here. There's the water, and they are sitting there just enjoying the scenery, the stillness, the quietness. Next page, they are back at the cabin and they are making dinner. They're cutting up some vegetables. Guess what they bought at the market, huh? Now they are outside on the deck where the leaves are falling. They are eating their food. It must not be too cold. It might be a little nippy, but it's probably not too cold because they're outside on the deck eating their dinner. Well, she says it's quite cold, but they still eat their meal outside on the deck. All right, here I am thinking it's not cold, but she says it's quite cold. I guess they want to be outside. And that's okay, you know. There's nothing wrong with being outside when it's cold. Now, after dinner, you have George. He's bringing in the wood for the fire. George and Hazel have a fun evening playing games and drinking hot chocolate by the wood heater stove. The next morning, they wake up to falling snow. Wow. Look at that. They're looking out the window right over here. I don't know how well you can see that, but here they are looking out the window at the snow. And that is it. Here's Melissa's message in the back of the book. I hope you enjoyed this book. It is based off the big storm our family experienced in 2023. My name is Melissa Wingo, and I am an author, illustrator. I live in sunny California with my husband and 3 kids. I love books, drawing, the Bible, gardening, and running. Thank you so much for buying this book. Please leave a review on Amazon. It is greatly appreciated. Enjoy. And I guess this is Melissa and her little cat. And that is it. Now, on the back of the book, we have a blank illustration and then a colored illustration. And she tells you about the book. So let me tell you a little bit about the book before I sign off here. Find joy and peace by coloring in these adorable mountain town scenes, easy to color and stress relieving. Okay, whenever I want to be calm and relieve some stress, especially if I'm stressed out, I'll reach for an easy book to color. Okay, because I don't want to be reaching for something that takes too much of my headspace, right? Especially when I'm trying to relieve some stress. So I pick something that's easy to color. Simple and cute animals in a cozy cabin. Minimal color guide. She has tan, olive green, cream, terracotta, mustard, coffee, and dusty rose. And that is the flip through of the coloring book, The Dogwoods Stay at a Cabin, illustrated by Melissa Wingo. If you have any questions or comments, let me know in the comment section below. I will have the link in the description box just in case you're interested in checking out The Dogwoods Stay at a Cabin. Until next time, keep coloring. Bye.